You're watching NBC3 News at 5.
We begin with breaking news out of Syracuse tonight. Live to the scene of a deadly fire on Fitch Street on the city's near west side. You can see balloons are up along with stuffed animals as they remember the victims. Tonight, Syracuse firefighters confirmed to NBC3 there were no working smoke detectors in the home when those flames came roaring through early yesterday morning. A fire they say was arson.
Now this news comes. Look at this photo. The Syracuse community remembering the victims of that deadly fire. In the next hour, a vigil will get underway here at the scene. It claimed the life of an infant boy. That photo showed him being held by his mother, who's also in the hospital. It was Hunter's first birthday. That fire seriously hurt 3 others inside that home. The Syracuse man charged with intentionally setting that fire is that baby's uncle. 20-year-old Charles Du Bois pled not guilty to murder and arson this morning in court. He was ordered to be held without bail, expected to make another court appearance next week.
Questions still linger tonight about his potential motive. Police are digging deeper to find out why he allegedly set 2 fires inside the home, knowing the rest of his family was asleep inside. It happened here on Fitch Street. More than 40 firefighters were called to the home just off South Geddes Street just after 3 o'clock Thursday morning. Du Bois was arrested at the scene later in the day. Investigators say he was spotted on nearby surveillance cameras.
The victims inside were 45-year-old Susan Wagner, 18-year-old Karina Du Bois, 16-year-old Michael Du Bois, both the children of Susan, and then 1-year-old Hunter, who is Karina's son. Officials say they all suffered from smoke inhalation, were all taken to Upstate Hospital in cardiac arrest. Hunter died at the hospital from those injuries. Now, 51-year-old James Gower was also at the home. He managed to escape by jumping from a second-floor window. 2 firefighters were also hurt, but they're expected to be okay.
We have extensive team coverage for you tonight.
Our Stephanie STANAVICH is at the scene where that vigil starts to grow, and there'll be a gathering in about an hour. Dan Massinio is at Syracuse Fire Station 1 talking with fire officials about the difficulties the first responders face when they fight flames and a rescue like that.
But first, we head to Upstate University Hospital tonight where victims are still clinging to their lives. That's where our coverage begins tonight with Justin Page.
Matt and Megan, this is a very close family. I've spoken with a number of them throughout the day, both in the neighborhood and here at the hospital. I've even spoken to Sue Wagner's brother, who's flown in from Florida last night to be here at Upstate. Sue Wagner and her two kids, Michael and Karina, are still listed in critical condition at this hour, and the rest of the family is still praying. Just outside the hospital, a grieving family is waiting nervously for the next update. Sue Wagner's cousin, Tanya Thompson, says this is the home Wagner chose to raise her kids and grandkids.
She is the hardest working person I've ever met in my life. She walked back and forth her whole life. She's never had a vehicle. She had her 6 kids, and that was her main priority in her life, was them babies.
Her selflessness and hard-working demeanor is motivated by the love she has for her family.
Get you the shirt off of her back. My dad went through cancer recently, and she was there every day for him. She never questions anything. She just knows that family is where it's supposed to be.
Now they're being tested harder than ever, and surviving family members are forced to grieve and pick up the pieces after losing everything.
The grandkids, Liam is only 3. He needs clothes. He has nothing. Rosie has nothing. She lost everything that she owns in that fire.
There is a fundraiser set up online for the family. Thompson says the outpouring of support has been heartwarming and very much needed during a time of uncertainty and pain.
I just want to tell everybody, please say prayers for Sue, Mikey, and Karina, and baby Hunter. May he rest in heaven, because he didn't deserve to die on his birthday.
The district attorney is aware of the status of the 3 victims here at Upstate. He tells me that any upgrade in charges for the person accused of setting that fire will be decided by a grand jury. For now, reporting live at Upstate University Hospital, I'm Justin Page.
Thank you, Justin. Our team coverage continues now with our Dan Massinio. He is live outside Fire Station 1 in Syracuse after learning more about the challenges fire crews faced battling this early morning fire. Dan.
Megan, the 2 firefighters hurt during the fire expected to recover. Now, the flames were roaring when they rushed to the scene early in the morning. They tell me training is what kicked in when they went in to pull the victims out. Now, fire officials say the flames on Fitch Street were intense and burning through much of the first floor when they arrived. They say many times overnight fires like Fitch Street are extreme. with flames taking over much of the structure, mainly because not many people are up to see it and call it in. Fire officials say constant training helps firefighters know what to do in these dangerous situations.
That even though something comes up that is out of the ordinary, that all...
Now the firefighters who are injured suffered minor injuries. They are expected, like I said, to recover, and fire officials tell me they expect them to be back at work in a week or so. Reporting live at Fire Station 1 in Syracuse, I'm Dan Messinio.
They faced a very serious situation there, Dan. Thank you. Now let's head back to the scene of the fire. That's on Fitch Street near South Geddes. A vigil will go on tonight for baby Hunter. Starts in about an hour. Stephanie STANAVICH joins us live after talking with one of the organizers. Stephanie.
Matt and Megan, the memorial here on Fitch Street has been continuing to grow with teddy bears, balloons, and more people stopping by. And tonight, family and friends will gather here for the vigil to remember one-year-old Hunter and to support his family members who still remain in the hospital. The family is encouraging anyone who comes tonight to bring more candles and pictures of the baby boy. They also want Hunter's grandma, mom, and brother to know they are thinking of them and pulling for them to recover. Family members are still questioning why and how this happened, but they say this horrific incident has brought them closer together.
Baby Hunter, he was adorable, and it's a tragedy that his uncle did this to him, and it shouldn't have to have been done. And he lost his life way too early. And happy birthday, Hunter. We didn't get a chance to say that to him.
This situation just really, truly, deeply touched all of our hearts, and just have to show some type of love and support back to this family because they were there for us when our grandfather passed away last year.
And again, the suspect, Charles Du Bois, has pleaded not guilty to murder and arson charges early this morning. Reporting live in Syracuse, I'm Stephanie STANAVICH.
We'll keep following that vigil as it unfolds this evening. Stephanie, thank you.
It is a heartbreaking day for that family. If you want to help them, a GoFundMe page was made for them. You can find a link to it on our website, cnycentral.com.
You're watching NBC3 News at 5:30.
Now at 5:30, back live to Fitch Street tonight, where a candlelight vigil is set to begin in the next half hour for a young victim of an early morning fire. That fire, police say, was intentionally set. It took the life of Hunter Du Bois on his first birthday. 3 others still are in the hospital at Upstate University Hospital fighting for their lives.
Tonight we have learned from fire officials there were no working smoke alarms in this home. Police say Charles Du Bois, who is accused of setting the fire, is a family member to the victims.
And this is 18-year-old Karina Du Bois. You can see her with her baby Hunter. Also in the home that night, 45-year-old Susan Wagner and 16-year-old Michael Du Bois. Police say a 5th victim escaped the fire by jumping from a 2nd-floor window.
Charles Du Bois has been arraigned on charges of murder and arson. He has pled not guilty. He's being held without bail. This is his picture.
We have continuing coverage throughout the night here on NBC3. Make sure to get our CMI Central mobile app. We'll push out news alerts to your phone as we get them. All right, Brandon, thank you. We continue to follow breaking news out of Syracuse tonight. Back live to Fitch Street, where a candlelight vigil will just be getting underway in the next few minutes. You can see a couple of people have gathered outside the home where a little boy on his first birthday was killed, several others injured. You can see the balloons are up, the candles are there. It is a heartbreaking scene there.
Yeah, we expect family and friends, and certainly people that don't even know the family here, to come to express their condolences in the next 15 minutes to a half hour as they gather there. Certainly a very poignant evening expected, and you can see emotion even on the faces of people who come to visit, just coming to terms with the grief that this family is going through tonight. Charles Du Bois is the man who's been arraigned, and he's accused of murder and arson in this case. He's the son of the woman who lived in this house and brother and uncle to the others. In fact, uncle to the 1-year-old boy Hunter, who's already passed away from the fire from just over a night ago. We'll continue to follow this story at 6 o'clock tonight.